G'day, this is Adam from AVA Magnetic Levitation Australia, and this video is a bit of a filler. We had some bad weather. Basically we had no power for 5 days, so I'm a little bit behind in editing. I've actually got 2 videos in the works. I need more footage outdoors, haven't been able to do it because the weather's been atrocious. Basically post-apocalyptic weather with trees falling down everywhere. So this video is a bit of a filler, but sort of an interesting one at that. This is a request from a viewer. Basically it was a $15 car or something from Kmart and other stores. You get them online. This is the Max D monster truck. It's a sponsored Monster Jam thing made by New Bright RC. I'm going to do a review, unboxing briefly, good, bad, ugly and unbelievably good rating on it, and then I'm going to show you stock footage which you'll be unimpressed with thoroughly, which will only go for seconds, and then I'll show you what I did to it and what happens when you put a lithium in it. Absolutely great surprise out of this car for what it's worth. Don't get me wrong, I don't know how long it'll hold up, I don't know how they'll last with it. I think they can cope quite well with a bigger battery and more voltage, and the results speak for themselves really. So we'll do an unboxing review. So this has already been out of the box and tried, so we'll just have to get it out. Now some people do this thing I've noticed online when they open up these things, like where they review the box, which I thought I'd try for a bit of fun. So the box is made out of cardboard. It's fairly thin cardboard. The fit of the tabs is quite accurate. The plastic and the cover is of a fairly good quality and recyclable, which is also very important. The graphics are quite domestic. There is some nice pictures on the side. No one really cares. Trust me, people review the box sometimes of the product, which to me is a waste of time and just a bit of a joke. Let's review the product instead, shall we? So, this is the car. I've decided, as far as the good, the bad, the ugly and the unbelievably good goes, I'm going to give it a bad, which isn't, bad. It's not like Michael Jackson bad, but it's not meaning it's good, but it's not great, and it only just made bad, because it does have some redeeming features about it, believe it or not. So I'll just quickly go over the car and we'll cover that now. Okay, redeeming features, 3+, so it is for a child, so you don't want to expect too much out of it, especially for the price. So the control's tiny, perfect for a child, so that's a redeeming feature number 1. Redeeming feature number 2 is there's no screws in this back section at all, so you can actually unclip this gearbox section, hold it upright. You can clean all the air and crap that gets built up and jamming the thing up out of it and make it run fine again. So there's like 2 good points out of it, I suppose you could say. Durability and toughness, so far so good. Okay, the bad points to it. It's a brick, basically. If you have a look at it from the side and look through the body kit, it looks like a train with a monster truck shell put on top. The fake suspension thing on it, that makes it look a bit silly. It weighs way too much. They could have lowered the body kit down at least ½ an inch. It would have made it look a bit more effective. The wheels in comparison to the car, if it's a monster truck, are basically out of proportion by too much. The aerial, when you back up, can get wrapped up in the rear wheels, which as far as I'm concerned is pretty stupid. And the worst, and this is the main feature about these cars that really gets my goat the most. It takes 2 AAA batteries to power it. You'll notice a drop in speed within probably 5 minutes, and you'll kill the batteries within 6 to 8. Now, most people go, oh, it's alright, I'll just use rechargeables in it. So what I'll do is, these are rechargeable. I've covered up the maker's brand. Put rechargeables in, turn it on, doesn't work. Oh, so this thing chews through batteries and dumps poisonous pills or batteries into the environment like crazy, because you can't use recyclable batteries in it. If you get these 2 no-name batteries, yet again, but non-recyclable batteries, whack them in. The little pins on the end of the batteries, the rechargeable ones are a fraction shorter. I know they probably do it for a reason, whatever. I like to be able to choose what I do with my batteries, not have people choose for me. So, all you get out of it really, and I mean, the rear wheel is a bit wobbly. I mean, it's a toy, it's for kids. It's got a battery cover which you can put back on with a screw. I tend not to bother. But yeah, that's basically it. It's a pretty dodgy little unit. I mean, you can buy one for a little bit more that comes with a flip ramp, and honestly, from what I've seen of this, it'd be lucky if it did the flip ramp that comes with it. Yeah, apart from that, it's, look, if you bought it for a kid, fine, but you're going to be buying batteries, a lot of batteries. That's the only downside to it. It goes through 2 AAA batteries like you would not believe. So, yeah, that's it. That's the truck. Have a quick look. We'll show some stock footage now, and then I'll show you what I did to it, putting a battery in it and that, and then I'll show the modified footage at the end of the video and right through to the end. Okay, so you can probably tell from that that 2 AAA batteries, which were fully charged when they were put in the car, don't last very long. I checked the voltage, they've still got pretty good voltage in them, but they just don't have the supporting amperage to push something that heavy along. So what I'm going to do now is quickly put in this lithium ion battery. What I'll do is I'll just directly jam the wires of the lithium ion battery, which I believe is this end here, not the switch end, but the opposite end. I will check and confirm that. Yeah, no, it is definitely this end. So basically all you have to do is get your positive and your negative of your lithium ion battery. You can put a connector in and plug a battery in and just install it in there nicely. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to jam the wires into the connectors there and hopefully get a good connection. As you can see, I've already flattened out this wire so it slips in nicely, which means you just basically get it with your tweezers, just flatten, twist it and then flatten out the wire. I'll just try and jam that down behind this spring. I don't know how well it's going to come out in the pictures. So all I'm doing is just putting something behind the spring so I can pry it back and make a little bit of room to get the wire down there. That's all I'm trying to do. Oh, a little bit tricky. I think I got it. Yep, there we go. So that's a positive in. Simple as that. The negative I'm going to have to wrap around a little bit, so it's a little trickier. As you can see, all I did is just drop it behind the spring, drop the spring back, and now the positive's, in there. The negative, we sort of do the same thing, except it's a big coil spring, so I just tend to wrap it, push it through the spring and wrap it around. There we go. So I've done is wrapped it around one of the spring coils and then brought it back around and crimped it and give it a little twist. Like I said, this is for test purposes only. If you do it this way, you may have issues over the long term. So that's it. Put this cover back on. Battery's in place, it looks fine. Cover back in there. I'll do a quick test. Okay, now what do we got? Oh, steering's much more responsive. You're banging away. Oh, that seems more responsive. Whoa, yeah. Now it's trying to reel. That's a different thing. Oh, that's my bench. Whoa. So anyway. No more mucking around with the car. That's basically it. They cost 15 bucks. Don't pay any more than that for it. You get them at most department stores, you get them online. Basically they're cheap and nasty, but in a good kind of way, provided you put a lithium in them. If you run them with standard batteries, you kill batteries and it doesn't have enough power to make them sing. Stay tuned, subscribe, share, spread, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for your time.